Can you all hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Brill. How's things? Everyone well? The Hedgie's Rarity actually came out like properly, which is great. So that is on Rarity Sniper. So it actually, I think Alicard, you were saying as well, it actually displays your actual rarity in response to the actual overall 4200 as well currently, which is pretty cool. Obviously some of them haven't been released yet, so when they get minted for trading leagues, then hopefully we'll have to just try and ping them to get that updated. But I think that's a good start.
Yeah, it shows the current rank on the ones that have been released, and then the overall shows on the trades. So it's pretty good.
Is this already live?
Yeah, I think it's live. Good to go. Is there anything MX, NT, Alicard, Alexander, anything anyone wanted to go through today specifically?
Sorry, my brain's still thinking about ambassador program and stuff. Oh yeah, we had for anyone who doesn't know, we had a website put together where it shows all the different POAPs so that you can see which ones, who has collected which ones in a nice easy location, and we'll update it as with new POAPs as that goes along.
Yeah, I mean that looks awesome. I'll post that again in the Hedgie's general channel so people. Oh, there you have already. Fantastic. People check that out. Check kind of like the history of your POAPs there. Which ones you have, which ones you haven't. I think another thing is I'll touch on is I held a meeting with a team at Rove, which is like a metaverse where you can actually display your Hedgie as well as sort of like, I guess we could do the top 50 Hedgies for sort of like displayed on the art on the wall, which would be pretty cool. And then people can go in there. You have your own home additionally if you have a Hedgie. So if you hold a Hedgie, you literally have to just link it to your wallet, and then a new home is generated, and you can kind of like explore your own home with a Hedgie on the wall. I mean, very small scale. I think it's a non-code driven sort of metaverse where it sort of like auto creates the home. Yes, you can design it a little bit, but you can display your Hedgie and then see sort of like other sort of top 50, top 100 Hedgies all around the building. It's pretty big. I mean, you've got multiple staircases, etc., and they're all around the wall where you can actually check them out. So when that's kind of like finalized, I'll let you guys know, and then you can check that out. It's good to see a good turnout today as well. I'm not sure if we want to touch on Alicard. Do you want to touch on kind of like the kind of material you were talking about in the all hands about onboarding materials and stuff, and the Thinkific course?
Sure, yeah. So one of the things that we're putting together coming up in the user onboarding and education bureau is going to be a Thinkific course. Thinkific is just a platform that allows you to create these nice streamlined sort of Khan Academy style onboarding courses. So we're going to be collaborating with Media Bureau and adding a lot of the animations that you have seen Mirage and a lot of the content that you have Simo put together. And yeah, we'll be gathering all those resources as well as additional resources from the foundation and the rest of the team, and putting that together into a nice streamlined onboarding course. There'll be a quiz at the end, and additionally for users that complete the course, there'll be special rewards, including POAPs for completing those educational courses. So we'll try to make it as streamlined as possible. So if you don't know anything about DYDX or anything about crypto in general, it'll sort of walk you through that process of getting started with your wallet, and getting started with bridging stuff to your sending stuff to your wallet, and then bridging to the DYDX, and then they will move into sort of the different aspects of DYDX, how to get involved in the community, and participate in Commonwealth and all these different aspects, just so that everybody understands them a little bit better in the community, rather than us having to repeat it, or maybe you know some of it, but you're not aware of all the resources that are out there. Yeah.
Awesome. No, that sounds great. Really looking forward to that getting off the ground. MX, I don't know if you want to touch on anything, or NT, about anything going on in the boroughs for governance?
Not specifically governance, but we will say that our Hedgie giveaway rules will be posted soon for everybody to see.
Oh, awesome. Is that as a part of is that for the 6 that you received from the foundation?
Well, yeah, this one will be specifically for ours, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those.
Bro.
The
Sounds
rules
good.
will be posted so people can understand how to farm it.
Awesome. That'd be great. Looking forward to that. And then is that inclusive or exclusive of the potential competition that will also run soon, or is that the same?
Are you talking about for media?
The potential, I think you were mentioning about, I can't remember what competition it was now, but the was it bingo competition? Is that going to happen, or?
Yeah, I'll scope the bingo.
Bro.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Why not? That will be cash prizes.
Oh, nice. Exciting times. Cool, that's exciting to look forward to. Cool, and I guess we could start. Well, I know you're in here. Do you want to briefly talk about the proposal that was out by you, or should we save that to the morning? Tomorrow, sorry.
He might still be in that chat. I just came back from it.
Okay.
What's up?
Cool. Hey,
So I can touch on the referral program.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So if you guys want to check out the forums, I'll drop the link now. Someone from the governance bureau posted a proposal idea. It's just a rough outline, really, but it's kind of provoking discussion here. I'm trying to find it now. So yeah, it's a referral program that gives your hedgies a certain amount of referrals, and you can get a percentage of their fees. I'm going to drop the link in there now, but I really encourage everyone to read this and just make some comments and get some discussion going on the forums for it, please.
Bro, awesome.
Drop it in there now.
Cool. And that's great. Drop it in there now. I'm sure people will click on it, check it out, and yeah, have a detailed read through. I know Busted Trader said when merch. I know Surreal's in here. I know Grants is still on hold, so TBC there. So I think soon, hopefully. But yeah, TBC. And then I think what we'll do is additionally, kind of prior maybe till it's out, and just as the grant's been granted, I think then we'll then hold an AMA and probably just do like an hour-long AMA with the merch team, so they can go through everything, the types of merch that they've got, and what you can get your hands on in the future, which would be cool. I know there's definitely exciting things in the pipeline there. I've seen some of the merch that have gone out to the team, and I'm sure some other people have through media, and I think the quality looks awesome, so really excited for that to get out.
And then one other thing I wanted to talk about is if we're posting proposals or any ideas, I want to encourage people to think towards how we can synergize DYDX and Hedgies, because the last thing we really want is the narrative to form of DYDX versus Hedgies and them taking utility from each other. So I've been thinking a little bit about just like some sort of power-up system where by holding both, it unlocks bonuses, but I just want to encourage people to think towards that direction of combining the two if you have any ideas.
No, we've got a silent bunch again. If there's any ideas, also post in the Hedgies General chat. You can answer anything there. How they can participate in competition with POOPs. So see, that'll be kind of released soon, I guess. The outline will be released soon. There's nothing kind of confirmed at the moment, but yes, there will be a participation competition in with POOPs, etc. And maybe one for sort of users who have collected all 10 currently, or 9 currently so far. But yeah, TBC with that. But NT Inc, yeah, echo what you're saying. I think, oh sweet. I think if people want to get educated on this process, there's going to be sort of like snippets of information that come out through season 1 of the ambassador program as well, like digestible content for users who don't have time to read through the whole governance proposal and additionally feel like the proposal is a little bit complex. Then we can create those digestible content for you. And I'm sure if you're in the Hedgie's channel now, sorry, NTing, I'll let you go. Alucard's also just put a picture in of a rarity sniper sneak peek, and you can see your rank based on the current ones that have actually been released versus the overall 4200. Go ahead, NT Inc. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to echo what you said now, is in the governance bureau, we're definitely looking to break down proposals and just really explain things to people, and especially with that, I'm here to help anybody for just if you're having trouble understanding any proposal, or if you're interested in some that we can synthesize. So yeah, but we definitely are looking to close this communication gap.
Sounds great. Looking forward to seeing that. Startwell, how are you? I can see you're in here.
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you? How's everybody? Nice to see everybody.
So
Likewise, good to see you earlier as well. I don't know if you want to kind of like touch on your proposal, or you want to save that to tomorrow.
Yeah, I can touch on it. Like the idea basically is I kind of use the term staking pool because everybody talks about staking, everything in DeFi is staking, and that's what everybody's used to. But the reality is, if you look at it in a more traditional sense, you're basically opening up a credit pool. It's like a bonded pool, or like maybe you can consider maybe a CD, but it's not really a CD. I mean, it's just a similar vehicle. And people would basically time stake or bond their assets, their USDC in this case, and the protocol would borrow against those assets, paying an APY DIDEX that's also locked until some future date. And so you're paying out credit, and so that's why it's like a CD, because a CD is a vehicle where you pay out a principal, and then your principal would be locked up, and it's not really locked. The bank's using it, and they're making money off it, and they're able to pay you an APR off that because they can make more money than whatever APR they're paying you, and it's locked up for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, what have you. It's a really common vehicle in traditional finance. Anyway, it would open up a really big credit pool for the protocol to use, and those could be given out as trading rewards through the epochs, and it would reduce the emission burden that we're facing right now, and it could push it out from 2 years to 5 years. It's not going to completely nullify it because there are some other pools that are emitting DYDX, but by and large, it's targeting like the single largest contributor to emission pressure that we have.
Right.
And I know governance is coming up with some ideas. They're gonna do a summation of it and explain it, and they have some really nice charts. If I had more time, maybe if I kind of sat down and had some research associates working on the proposal, I mean, I could basically turn it into a dissertation quality proposal, but I just wanted to get it out there for people, and I try to keep it as approachable as possible, so that people can really kind of understand what we're trying to aim for, what I'm thinking of, and maybe give their opinion on it. I'd really like to see community input and insight. If people have better ideas, if people have ideas on the APRs, or maybe the terms, or they have a better solution. Fundamentally, the idea is to reduce the emission pressure as much as possible. It's a net positive for the whole protocol. And we're not discussing dollar amounts, but when the token incentivizes more trading, or when traders are incentivized and people who are staking are earning nice APRs, and for trading, like if the traders know that if the traders know that their rewards are not going down in value, and they can rely on a set value for their rewards, it's really easy for them to push the limit more so, because they know exactly what dollar cost they're looking at when they're making a trade, when they're keeping their trades open. It's not it's not a question of, well, if the valuations, change, where does that put me? Where does that leave me? Am I neutral? Am I ahead? Am I behind? And it kind of removes all of that issue. And so you can look at that in many ways. You can look at that as a bonded pool, a CD type of ladder, because you could. Like one neat thing that I think savvy LP would do, they would treat it like a CD, and they'd probably treat it like a CD ladder. They'd stake maybe 25% in the 2 year, 25% in the 3 year, 25% in the 4 year, 25% in the 5 year, and then after 2 years, every year they're going to have rolling liquidity coming out of the pool, and they're going to have a really nicely incentivized APR. As far as traders go, they can, they're trading, and they have a reliable reward that they can look forward to every epoch, and they're not questioning that reward based upon the minute it releases. Do I have to sell it? How do I recoup as much of my trading costs as I can? It's just a reliable system where they know that they can let it sit because it's a value that's not going to change, and it's very easy for them to calculate a more efficient system for their trades.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess sort of what initially sparked you, is this something that you've thought of for a while and you thought you just really look into sort of long-term health of the protocol? What made you kind of start this discussion?
I mean, realistically, I like everything else I've done in the protocol, I saw a need for it, so I decided there needed to be a solution, and I don't always come up with the ideal solutions. I just try to fit in a solution that's viable for the protocol, so that we can kind of move on to the next thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just briefly, anyone claiming their POOP, go in the Hedgie's general channel now. The form is open. You've only got, I think, 3 minutes to claim it. 3 minutes. Secret words there. I'll delete it in 3 minutes. So go onto the Hedgie's general channel and make sure you fill in this form. There won't be any retrospective claimbacks. You have to click on it now. I know there's 180 of you nearly, so make sure you go into the Hedgie's general channel now. Secret word is emission. You can see the secret word there. Fill it in, and claim your POOP. After 2 minutes time, it's going to be removed. If you don't collect it within the next 2 minutes, unfortunately, you don't get the chance to get your POOP. Cool. Yeah, and start well. Sort of, I guess, how can people? I know we'll chat about this kind of more in detail tomorrow. But for users who are in here and of new perpetual traders and don't potentially have as much context as you do in this world, is there sort of any snippets of information that you really think that will be beneficial for them to read through? I know you've got sort of a conclusion and a bit of an overview on there.
Are you talking about in reference to the USDC pool?
Yeah.
More specifically, or
Yeah.
in general?
Yeah, the pool.
Yeah, if they're gonna look at the pool, really just figure out and Google what a bonding pool is or a bond is. If you understand what a bond is, you basically understand what this is, because a bond is the same mechanism. It's basically a credit account where you're bonding a asset into with a guaranteed APR, and in return the people taking in the credit or taking in the assets are going to use them in some way and offer you an incentive. And so it's a bonded pool from 2 years to 5 years. That's up for negotiation. Staking is usually something that you can kind of pull from, and so I guess you could say it's time staking, and I use that term in the proposal. But it's a bond. I mean, we've had this before in other protocols. I know that some are using it right now for some things. It's pretty straightforward, I think. You can think of it as a credit card, a DYDX credit card. People are going to put the protocol itself wants that credit card, and anybody who is putting money in is they're acting as the bank, and they're saying, okay, we are giving you this credit card, and you can use it however you want, and we want in return, we want to make money off that money we're lending you. And so, that's where the time stake comes in. You put the money in, the USDC, and then the protocol can use it for the set amount of time that you are bonded for. And in return for that, you're getting an APR, which is like a percentage of your stake on top of what you gave them. So if you give like 100,000 USDC, in 2 years you might receive 140,000 equivalent USDC, or 180,000 if you're bought. Well, I don't know what would the 2 years be? Yeah, 140,000 USDC, because you'd be at 20% for every year. And so you can see there's a highly incentivized reward structure. It really depends on what the market does. It's not like a foolproof solution, because if, say, for instance, the protocol does not do well, it doesn't, maybe V4 never comes, half the team, goes off to, I don't know, Maui and never returns and decides to just camp on a beach and have fun, and, nobody does anything for the next 2 years, 3 years. In that case, you're not going to see the valuations of the token do very well. But, there's an assumption that, the protocol is going to continue improving, it's going to decentralize, the team's going to get to V4, and it's going to keep doing what it's been doing, and it's been doing. And in that case, it makes a pretty reasonable assumption that, in like worst case scenario, in 5 years, it's like would you make a gamble that in 5 years the token will be worth $6? And if you say, well, that's silly, it's going to be worth more than that, of course. Well, then in that case, the pool is a great idea, because the protocol now has 2 to 5 years of just free running without having to worry about emissions. And, you can still make tokens, you can still earn tokens. You can earn USDC by being a trader, you can earn DYDX by believing in the protocol and staking USDC. If you want to be a trader and stake, you could even take every the USDC you earn and put it back in the pool and earn APR. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can do this. It's kind of an interesting system. It's a pretty straightforward and simple system, I believe. Just research what a bonding pool is, research what a bond is, and maybe understand that it's a credit pool that is like a time delayed credit pool. So
awesome, that's great. And look, I'm really looking forward to kind of diving into a little bit more details tomorrow in our AMA. I think anyone who's here, make sure you sign up to that AMA tomorrow. Or it might be the following day where you are, it's tomorrow, sorry, where we're going to sort of dive in details with Starkwhale and go through this proposal, find out about his role in ambassadorship, DYDX trading, and et cetera, and his role in the industry. Cool. I guess we're running out of time. I know there wasn't a huge amount touched on Hedgie specifics. Really, there's nothing new in that sense, but if anyone who has a Hedgie and really wants to see anything, then I think this is a really good floor to bring that up. So going forward, anyone wants to talk about anything in this Hedgie Huddle, then I'll probably just create a thread going forward from next week where people can post things in and we can bring up those conversations if they don't feel comfortable bringing them up here. Cool.
I'm going to speak up and be the single voice of dissent here, but I'll think about the realities of the recent proposal in regards to making hedgies a type of referral and maybe offering incentive. And I'm just curious about the mindsets that are like maybe in place, and like, because we need to consider many things. We need to consider token valuations. We need to consider protocol health. It's I kind of spoke up on it, and I know that I'm totally like the single voice of dissension here. I know it's always nice to like receive more rewards and receive more incentives and like really neat things that are added to tokens or NFTs that make them gain more utility. But that said, I'm also very much cognizant about the need to like really moderate and maintain a very careful line and not make these decisions too freely, because often you make decisions too freely and then you end up in a position where you've made too many allowances, and it puts everybody in a bad position. So I'm actually curious if anybody has anything to speak on. It might just be me. I might be the single voice of dissension on.
I think let's I think one good thing is something we could probably potentially bring up tomorrow as well. I think what we're also going to do forward, because I know we've just run out of time, is hold a governance AMA like once a week. I know this is kind of semi-turned into that in a sense, and I want users who have hedgies to, again, feel like they can ask questions about that. So yeah, we can...
I actually missed what happened. What did Starkball say? What did you want to hear?
There's a proposal in the governance forum that's talking about giving hedgie holders basically a referral bonus or referral option where they could hand out referrals to other people. And I'm curious what people...
So the thinking was, yeah, we know that we're not trying to just extract value from the protocol at the expense of token holders. So that was like the least invasive like type of proposal, define like utility without like directly impacting DYDX token holders. So that's why
I'm not even thinking about token holders. You also have to consider the protocol themselves. It's
yeah.
Everything comes from somewhere.
So that's why also we thought. Yeah, so that's what we thought, having more of like a limited reach than like just allowing like all token holders to be able to have referral links would like you can like give the best ROI for the protocol, leveraging like the activity and like the marketing and just excitement of hedge holders. So that was the idea.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I'm probably extra careful and extra concerned, and I really try to probably overanalyze the pros and cons and the metrics of everything, and I want us to be extra careful. Like it's like I'm very much interested in the success of the protocol, and I want to see everybody succeed. I want to see the team succeed. I want to see everybody who is in the community succeed, and I want to see us make all the perfect decisions as much as possible. And I definitely am and will be like extra careful, and I'll probably be overly cautious. That said, though, that's okay, I guess. Everybody's got to be somewhere, and I think more user retainment would be good, or user growth, getting more people in. That'd be awesome.
No, we appreciate that too. We want a critical eye.
Someone's got to do it. Like I can't let things just pass through with like flying colors. There has to be some like counterpoint. There has to be, because it's important, because we need to get more people counterpointing, and we need to make everything as rigorous as possible. Like we can't just like sit on our heels, or we can't just sit on our heels and like say, okay, yeah, it's cool, we're just hanging out and like we'll get this through, and I don't know, everything's good. We really have to critically analyze everything we do. I don't care if I'm doing it. I don't care if someone else is doing it. Any proposal, any idea, we really want to put it through the litmus test and the crucible, so that we really deliver like the ideal thing every time. And I think that is how we, like as community and as people who are just trying to work on the user side, that's how we can actually make this an awesome protocol. And then we're going to rely on the team to like build really good product. And I think between those two things, I think that is how we get to like that vaulted top position. So
100. That proposal was not fully fleshed out. It was like the approach we're trying to take. So it was just putting out that idea, seeing if there's any interest, any issues.
It's like a temperature check, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Just to see what we're doing. Because the implementation details were very murky, right? They weren't really even presented. So
cool. All right, guys, brill. Well, let's call that, and we'll catch up next week.
All right. Thank you. Thank
Cheers,
you,
guys,
for doing another wonderful AMA and Hedgie Huddle. And I know you're busy as can be, and you've kind of been running around all day, so try to get a little bit of downtime.
Cheers. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.
Thanks,
guys. Bye.
Have a good one.